Hello. My name is Alice, and I am going to tell you about the epidemic of false accusations in Israel. Between 150 to 200 divorced men commit suicide each year in Israel, a population of 3.5 million men, and total of about 400 suicide cases every year. After being tortured in the most brutal ways by the family law courts, stripped away from all their most basic human rights, and literally get thrown out to the streets by automatic restraining orders their wives receive from the courts, only by saying they feel unsafe. They get ripped apart from their most beloved children, knowing they may never see them again. We are not talking here about rare or marginal cases, but actually every single guy that suddenly finds himself one day targeted by his ex-wife's ambition to restart her life, and literally erases him from her life environment, as well as their children's. It happens to thousands of Israeli men, some of them are very wealthy and successful with leading careers in high technology or senior business management. No one is immune to this system. In one single day, their whole world collapses and all the years of their hard work go down to the drain. Left alone, homeless and speechless, these men suddenly realize they are not even second-class citizens, but the most inferior low-lives, that nobody in the system cares, or bothers to recognize or even look at them, as if they just do not exist. She gets everything, he gets nothing. There was one popular television sitcom, called Ramzor, that made fun of the subject in one episode, by showing a place called the Doghouse, Harmeluna, that offered cheap rent to divorced men in a garbage or junk warehouse, after their ex-wives kicked them out of their house. The sad part is that in reality, the situation is much worse. As we were saying before, Israel is dominated by extremely powerful and well-funded feminist organizations, and they offer and give all their free legal support, consultation and escort to any woman that decide, or being convinced to throw your man out. As one radio psychologist host, Bada Raziel, used to say on air, to women calling her show, all a woman has to do, to win these privileges, is to fill false accusations in a police complaint against the man that just recently was her most beloved husband. Many lawyers, specialized in representing women in divorce, practically teach and guide them how to be creative, manipulate and being able to turn any little argument and quarrel into an imaginary story such as "he is threatening my life." There is no limit to what a woman can invent and dramatize about her husband, including for example, a heartbreaking story about a man being violent and potentially dangerous to his wife, by throwing a box of cheese on the floor. Everybody in the system is automatically on the woman's side, especially the welfare system, dominated by over 90% women, social workers, that tend to believe by ideological basis that women never lie, and men are dangerous and violent by their nature, and should be kept away for their wives' and children's safety, despite the well-known fact that in most cases of child abuse, it is women, not men, who abuse their children. Now, the most tricky part is that in Israel, women will never be held legally responsible to conviction in crime of false accusation and misleading the court, because of a special instruction in the law, made back in 1998 by Judge Edna Arbel, when she was the chief state attorney. By this instruction, in cases of domestic violence and sexual crimes that include rape and sexual harassment, the court should and must exempt legal responsibility from any woman who will be discovered providing false statements in the police and in court, even when she freely and willingly admits, saying, "I was lying all along." We are told that the rationale behind this comprehensive instruction is that by punishing women who fill out false accusations against men, we would scare away women who are true victims of rape and domestic violence. But in reality, of course, this instruction is the governmental approval tool, allowing the epidemic of women filling false accusations, at such high rates, believed by true experts, to be more than 50% of the complaints on domestic violence.